What's up, guys? Welcome to my part 1 of my lace closure wig series. But first things first, you can't do nothing without music. Hey Google, play some background music.
Playing some music on Pandora.
Okay, so starting off with the things that you're gonna need. You're gonna need a stand. As my stand, I'm from the hood. I use a Hennessy bottle and I just fill it with water. It keeps the head sturdy, so it does its job. You're gonna need thread. I use nylon thread. You're gonna need your styrofoam head. You're gonna need some T-pins. You're gonna need some clips just to clip the hair out the way. You're gonna need your needles. You're gonna need some gloves. You're gonna need some bleaching powder, your developer, a spandex dome cap, that's what I like to use, and some scissors. So the hair that I'm using today is by Longqi hair. So I got 4 bundles. I got the Malaysian body wave in 2 26s, 2 30s, and I got a 20-inch closure. So I do have a coupon code in the description bar for you guys if you're interested. It's only $4, but hey, it's something off. So we're going to start this process by bleaching our closure. So you're just going to take the closure out of the plastic and you're going to take your bleaching powder. I usually put like 1 scoop. So I'm going to put 1 scoop into my mixing bowl. Make sure you put on your gloves because when that developer and stuff gets on your fingers, it turns your fingers white and it itches me for the rest of the day and it's so annoying. And then I'm going to add the developing cream. And you're not going to put a lot of developing cream because you want the consistency of it to be thick so it won't be like runny and run through the frontal and bleach the actual hair. You just want it to bleach the knots. So you're going to make it thick like toothpaste, I guess. Now that I got everything mixed, I'm just going to apply it to the knots and I'm just gonna cover it up with some aluminum foil and leave it for about like 10 minutes, no longer than 10 minutes. I don't like to leave it on long because I'm scared that it's gonna bleach everything and yeah, don't want that. Okay, so now I'm just gonna take the closure to the sink and I'm gonna rinse all the bleaching powder off. Then I'm gonna go in with my purple shampoo by Shimmer Lights and I'm just gonna rub it on there and then rinse it off. I do this like twice and then I go in with conditioner because after shampoo you always condition. You don't want the hair to be like hard and brittle and stuff, so you know you got to put a conditioner. The conditioner that I'm using, it's from Sally's Beauty. I think it's the honey one, I don't know. Now that your knots are bleached on your closure, you're gonna take your styrofoam head, put it on the Hennessy bottle, it fits perfectly, and then you're gonna put the dome cap on the head. Now we're going to position the closure onto the dome cap and you're just going to pin it down with those T-pins just so it can stay in place. And of course the hair is going to be all over the place, so you're just going to tie it in like a little bun and then use one of the clips so all the hair can stay out of your way while you're about to sew. So with sewing, I don't really have like a specific way to sew. I just put the needle through and make sure it goes through the lace closure and through the dome cap, make sure it's connected, and then I just go around the perimeter of the closure. When you're sewing your closure, just make sure you're sewing as close as possible because you want it to be flatter than ever. If you're gonna sew far apart, your wig is not gonna stay flat. I'm letting you know that now. So try to sew as close as you can together. This is the only thing that I worry about with this. When I'm actually sewing on the wefts, I don't really sew close. I sew whatever. Okay, so here I'm just showing you that I sewed everything. I did mess up though, because I didn't center my closure onto the dome cap properly, but it's still gonna work. So I'm just showing you that the knots are bleached. Okay, and now we're gonna start sewing on the wefts. I don't have to like go into detail on how to sew on the wefts because I'm pretty sure there's like 1,000 videos out there that shows you how to sew on wefts. I just start wherever I think the middle is, and that's where I start the hair. At the back, I don't cut my wefts. I fold them over, but when it starts getting towards the top, that's when I start to cut my wefts, just so the top could look laid and flat. So here I'm just going back and forth in like the smile, you know, people call it the smile technique, I guess. And then as I got to the middle, that's when I started to cut my wefts, as you can see. So now everything looks a little bit more flat, and instead of it being a smile, it's like a half circle. So it goes from ear to ear. And I just keep doing it from ear to ear and keep cutting the wefts. And as it gets a little bit up further to the closure, I start to sew a little more closer together just so it could be flat as possible. Okay, and just so you can see it up close and personal, This is how I sew. It's nothing spectacular, just regular sewing. I don't do like a loop through method or anything like that. I just sew it regular. To keep everything in place, I just take a T-pin and I place it where I need the weft to stay, so it's easier while I'm sewing and it doesn't move around a lot. Now when it comes down to getting to the end of the weft and I have to knot it, I usually do my knot like 2 or 3 times and then I cut it and then I knot it again. If that makes any sense to you. So like I'm sewing and then I loop it through while I'm sewing about 2 or 3 times and then I cut it and then I tie it and then I knot it. You see what I'm doing, so you kind of get what I'm saying. And I just do that process all over the head until I get to the last little part. So with the last little part, I try to get it as close as possible to the closure. So with this weft, when I'm sewing it, I sew it through the cap and through the lace of the closure, just so it can lay flat and it can be like seamless. So like there's not like a gap in between the weft and the closure. The weft and the closure are connected. And while I'm doing this, I'm sewing really, really close. The same way I sewed close on the closure, I'm sewing close on the last weft as well. So that's basically it. After I do the last weft, there's not really anything else left to do. So I'm just showing you guys what it looks like now after I finish sewing. Well, guys, I hope you like this video. Stay tuned for part 2 where I'm showing you how I got the highlights in the hair. Thanks for watching, guys. Catch you on the flip side.